What's up, guys? We're back here. I'm in the same tournament that we got second in yesterday. Currently third in chips. This is a big bubble. We got about like 4x our buy-in just a bubble. Right? 42 for the win. For the cash, and 210 up top, which is a lot more than yesterday. So yeah, if I had to pick a tournament to win, I'd pick this one. That would be a nice little recovery from our loss yesterday. Anyways, I'm gonna review the hands that we've played so far, and when we get closer to the bubble, maybe one or two away, I'll start streaming it for your pleasure. All right. Anyways, here we go. I'm just gonna get to the part where after the add-on. Alright, so we start off with 5,000 chips here. This is after the 5,000 chip add-on. Before then, we just were chilling with like 500 chips until we could add for 5,000, which made everyone's stacks a lot more even. Alright, so I have ace ace, ace deuce, which is a really strong hand. Great for the high, great for the low. The 9 is just kind of hanging out there. I think it might be the best card in our hand later on, but let's check it out. A little faster. So we have the nut low draw here. I bet out with top pair and a really good low draw. The short stack calls us. We shove it in there, and we make a 9. Oh, he just folded. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, I messed it up. Whatever. So we're gonna watch this again. Sorry about that. So again, I have aces. I turn the nut low draw. I bet he calls. Whoever comes another 9, I bet he calls again, and he loses. So that's how we picked up a relatively big pot as soon as we after the add-on period. I'm gonna skip forward a few hands until I find one that I play. What happened with the hand? Kind of short at this table. 3 jacks and an ace. Okay, and this is like looks like a check fold. Yeah, pretty bad hand. Pretty bad flop. Moving on. Okay, skipping forward here. I did bubble a tournament earlier today, so don't want to do that again. That'd be kind of painful to endure twice in one day. 2 bubbles? I might just go back to bed and wake up tomorrow and not play anymore. We do flop a set of 7s, and it checks, and we make quads. So I have an interesting decision here. I could either bet or check. Knowing that I have nuts, I decided just to bet. Maybe the better choice would be just to check and let one of these guys bluff. It's so hard for me to get called by worse here, right? And they need like 10-10, Jack-Jack, a straight that they checked on the flop, or a flush draw, which I guess is a lot of hands. But given that it checked through the flop, no one showed any aggression, just leads me to believe that this bet was a mistake and I should have checked it around, because I do have the absolute nuts, yeah, with no low potential either. So I think that hand was kind of poorly played on my part. Okay, here's a pot that we lose. Let's see what happens here. The high only hand, kings, suited king. Okay, so what happens? I bet half pot with the open-ended straight draw with aces. I also think it's a wrap, because I can catch an ace, king, or queen, or 9, which is like a mini wrap or something. And we're only competing for the high hand. There could be backdoor lows, but I'm not super worried about that right now. So this guy raises us. He's kind of saying he has like 2 pair or a set, none of which I block. So it's kind of hard just to try to get all of our money in right now. But I just call, and the turn comes an 8. Now this card is pretty bad for us, because his hand could have definitely improved if he had something like 7-9, which is unlikely that would have raised me. His set's still good, but he should be kind of worried that we had a draw and that we got there. In any case, he gave no worry that we had made a straight. He pops it, and we just let it go. I think this is a fine fold. I didn't want to risk a big chunk of my stack with just a draw. Also, the 8 was a diamond, so if we had a backup diamond draw, that cuts down our aces, our outs, excuse me. So yeah, I don't mind the fold there. I think that is just fine. Next hand. Kings again. Okay. Ooh. So, I decided to limp in this hand because I have no low potential. Maybe raising would be better because this hand does better. Well, I don't know. With the suited ace, I feel like it does better multi-way because I can make nut flush easier. You can also make nut straights. So, actually, I think limping's better than raising here. And we just missed the flop. And I'm pretty sure I just check fold. Even with kings, it's hard to win this pot. It's hard to win the whole pot because now there's a low. And I could be drawing really, really thin. And it checks all the way to the river, which is kind of silly. This is interesting. This guy decided to check back with a straight, his 4-3 straight, and he didn't bet it any at all. So I thought that was kind of a tight line by him, especially that it checked to him like 3 times. He had a scoopable hand and just didn't bet. I thought that was interesting. He's actually the current chip leader, so maybe he's doing something right. This guy right here. Oh, this is a big pot. Alright, let's go for the double knockout will be really, really cool. Come on, 15. What do you got in you, buddy? Oh, wow, he shoved. He should have like a nut low here. There's really no obvious... Wow, he has a set of kings? I think someone needs a straight? Wow, he scoops it with a straight. And now he's a chip leader, and we lose 1 player. It's kind of bad for us. We were rooting for 15 to knock everyone out and extend his chip lead, which is would have kept us solidly in 3rd place. But yeah, he just couldn't fold a set of kings there. I don't think he had a low draw. Anyways, we're gonna keep moving along here with our history review. Let's see what happened here. Pretty bad hand, but it does limp to us, so we're going to see a flop. I think I flop a gut shot and a flush draw, and I think my gut shot got there with the 10-jack. 10-jack queen, I guess. And the ace on the river, the board does pair, and the low does get there. So I decided to check through. And we win half the pot. Now, if I had bet a small amount, maybe we could have gotten this guy to put in a little bit more money with a worse straight. I don't think he would fold to a bet of like 1/3 of the pot, maybe a little bit less. This guy might even fold his bad low. Well, it's not that bad of a low, right? Only 2-3, 2-4 beats him. So actually, that's a pretty bad low, just 5-3. So maybe next time I should bet in a spot like this. But I didn't want to like bet and then get raised by this guy or get check raised by this guy. So I took the conservative route. Whether that's right or wrong, I feel like it was right. Because survival is key in these tournaments. So I don't mind losing a few chips here or there as long as it's to help us survive. And we're not passing up like huge profitable situations. Here. Alright. Moving right along. Alright, let's see this hand. Alright, under the gun, I get dealt a pretty monstrous hand. 2 suits with ace of deuce, the low. Now, I think the interesting part about this is this guy just flatting. This guy's 3-bet, and I feel like that's a thing that I don't have like a standard reaction to sometimes when people flat 3-bets. It's kind of confusing. Regardless, I decided to just flat. I think if he had folded and folded around, we would have just gotten in with this guy and been happy about it. In this case, we flop 3 9s. We check it with the best kicker. Oh, actually, not 3 9s. Flop with flails. And then this guy shoves and this guy calls. Now, his call was kind of weird. I felt like he could have had a 9. I don't think he would do this with like any deuce or just a deuce. But also, what I didn't think about in this specific spot was that there's a lot of pocket pairs that just call. So given that there's like 10,000 in the pot and I have like 6 left, I decided to just jam it in. Excited to hit a call with any 9, which is going to be worse than my full house. I doubt that he calls with pairs when I shove here. So yeah, maybe I should have let him stick around with his pocket pair, which is what I put him on right now. I don't put him on his air. Anyways, we're gonna pause that. We got a really good hand over here. We have to play this one. Currently sitting 4th in chips. 15 used to be the chip leader until we lost that big pot against 32. This is a hand that does well multi-way, but given that there's only 3 left, and I haven't gotten 2 out of line, I'm just gonna raise for value. I have 3 low cards, 2 flush draws, and a king, which helps us make very good highs. Alright, that is a pretty good flop for us. He shouldn't hit this too hard. The question is, do I bet for value? There aren't too many scary turn cards. I think I'm just going to check and see a free turn. The 4 is actually another really good card. Now we have an open-end straight draw with our low draw and the king. So our hand is super, super strong. We're going to bet for value here. He should call us with like some ace deuces that aren't doing great. And I'm going to choose a bigger sizing because I feel like he's called about every bet I've bet into him thus far. And I was right. Okay, so hopefully we're fading at 6. He does bluff here sometimes, but if he checks, I'm pretty confident I have the best hand. If he has a 6, then whatever. Hopefully he doesn't have a 6. Yeah, that's alright. I like our check on the river. If we bet, we just get called by a better hand, like a single 6. And ah, shit. Would have been really cool if he just folded it. Anyways, I need to rewind this hand history real quick, back to where we were so we can keep reviewing. So I guess everybody can sweat this live thing instead. I do like our bet. Maybe betting the flop would have been good. He really should have folded his 6 on the turn. He also had a low draw, which is fine, I guess. But I feel like it was a mistake for him, and he just kind of got lucky and 6 on the river. Now, if we had bet out, I think I would have found the fold because I've been in a similar situation yesterday where my top pair was counterfeited. I didn't have much else going, so I think the check back in the river was just fine. This is a tempting hand to play. I might just limp along. No one's been overly aggressive, and having ace deuce in my hand with this dude sitting out is kind of good, I think. Or should I preserve my stack because I know I can outlast 2 other players? And this guy is more than likely going to bust out, especially if he's sitting out. Maybe I can just fold ace deuce here, given that I don't have much high equity. And I don't want to play for half the pot. I think that's a huge mistake if I just wanted to go for half the pot. So we're going to make a perceivably tight fold there. And with him being very aggressive now, I think it's okay. Alright, I'm trying to get back to that hand that we were reviewing before I put in the big table. Fold this one as well. Yeah, and I'm being very, very selective with the hands that I choose to play in this tournament because it's just a huge leak in most people's games that they either play too many hands with just low equity or too many hands with just high equity, and you really want both. Every once in a while I'll limp like a high or a low only hand, but I'm trying to play hands that can win the high and the low, and that's how you win at this game. It's in the name, high-low. Alright, let's see this hand here. Ah, here we go. So, I get dealt ace deuce, king 9, double suited, very strong hand. I raise, okay, so re-raise. Alright, oh yeah, this is the spot where I felt like I should have flatted this and let him continue to see a turn. I didn't really, I mean, I guess I'm scared of him having any pocket pairs larger than the 2 that could potentially make a better boat on the later streets. And I block the king, and I block pocket aces. So I don't know. I think it's okay to raise, and it's okay to call. It might be better just to put like a small raise in there. But I think that also makes your hand kind of transparent. He would just fold any pocket pair anyway. So maybe something like just calling, and then betting the turn if it's a low card, right? Because he'll be incentivized to stick around if he just has a low and his pocket pair. So yeah, that's just a few more chips I could have picked up, I think, equity-wise. Alright. Where is the hand that we play? Overall, this tournament, I think I'm playing really, really solid poker. Not getting too out of line when I don't need to. And, I don't know. I think, I have kind of like a, okay, aces. I was gonna say, I think I can have a solid, table image of this table. Okay, so I raise on the button with my aces to a single limper. 15, who's been getting involved in about every hand, decides to limp along, as he does. And I also have him marked as a good player too. So if he's limping, even though he's limping a wide range, I give him some level of respect for having okay hands the majority of the time. Here's a big pot. There. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna note that this guy check raises Ace King 10 board. I don't think it was raised pre-flop. So he could have like flopped 2 pair or something like that. Anyways, what happened in this hand? We have the aces, bet, check, check. Here comes a 9, and I check it again. I think checking here is fine. I mean, there's a low out there, and we have good enough showdown value. I think it scoops us with this. I mean, this is why I think I had his images being really tight, because he really should be betting his 2 pair with a low here. I mean, that's really, really strong. And I don't know. I probably would have called a street of value from him, given that hand. But I guess me raising pre-flop kind of makes it look like I have ace deuce. Let's see. Could I have bet earlier? Let's see. Let's try this again. Was there a spot that I could have bet flop or turn? My check in the river is fine. Raise, call, little call. So I bet 1,000 here and he calls. Okay, so I checked the turn because the low gets there, and also a straight gets there, so he could just be completely dominating us. So yeah, I think we put the hand reasonably. Alright, check for this pot. Ace 3, 9, 10. No suits, called the min raise. Alright, I call here with a gut shot back to a low draw. I'm pretty sure it was a min bet, yeah? Yeah, it was a min bet, so we're just gonna call it. And we, so we turn a pair of 9s, which is not fantastic by any means, but it's okay. Because it looks like we made a straight, and we have blockers to the straight, so it's a little bit more believable. We still have the same gut shot, straight draws to nut straight, which is cool. Alright, we're in a pot against our nemesis 15 again. He bets a full pot. Do I have to peel? Given that I have a wheel draw, nut low, and a really good straight draw, I have to peel, right? We are going to check here. I don't think he'll bluff too often, so I think putting out a small bet is going to be better than just checking back. Now, this is a spot where I can easily scoop him, because I shouldn't be as strong. I mean, if he has ace 3, we're gonna win. We're gonna quarter him. If you guys just low, I mean, I feel like he's really loose. I don't think checking's the right play. I don't think betting too big is reasonable either. So maybe like this much, a little like half pot bet. Yeah, he made a flush on the river. Golly, this guy just has our fucking number. Getting lucky on us, man. Can't beat luck. Not only is he lucky, he's also a pretty decent player, so. Gross. Gross. Well, I'm glad we called the pot bet on the flop. We just had 2 made draws, and there's no fold in that one. What happened this hand again? Okay, so let's continue this hand. And they all fold. So I'm gonna label that one as a bluff. I probably made them bluff king, a queen, hopefully. Maybe pocket 10s, pocket jacks. All those hands might have folded to my bet. So I'm gonna label that one as a bluff, and a pretty cheeky move, and I'm satisfied with it. Not much here. Alright. Check out this pot. The old aces, huh? With the bad low and the diamond, I think I am going to limp it. This is how I typically play this one. I have a high only hand with a backup low, but the flush, the flush draw incentivizes me to really kind of see this hand multi-way. Alright. Oh, cool. We make a set of aces up here. No low draw. But I think I'm gonna bet and kind of punish the flush draws and the low draws. And this guy calls. So I would love it if the board paired. If a flush comes, we're gonna be in a tough spot, and if a club comes, it's gonna be really, really hard for us to fold. If this guy check raises, we might be able to find the fold button. Okay. So we do make a low here. Let me see. What hand scoop us? 2-5 scoops us? Do I want this guy to see a free diamond on the river though? I don't know. I feel like I've played solid enough that if he had a scooping hand, he would have bet out. So I'm gonna bet here and see where, see if he'll fold any of his lows. And that is a really, really terrible card for us. We're gonna check and hope we win. I don't expect us to win the whole pot very often. Yeah. Check, I guess. Oh, he doesn't have much. We quarter him, sweet. Alright, so he just had a low. He just had, he had the same low that we did, so we scoop him. Maybe I could have bet on the river, but I think he might make flushes often enough for us to justify our check back. This is a pretty bad flop. We're not going to bluff him. We haven't bluffed him very much, but that's okay. It'll set it up to where we can be kind of frisky later on if we need to. But I like playing solid poker. That is the name of the game. Alright. Continue this hand. I think we just fold now. Oh, we call. Okay, interesting. The deuce comes. It shouldn't change too much unless this guy has exactly, unless he has a 9. The river comes 6, and he bets half pot. Kind of a tough spot with our aces. We do beat a lot of hands, but we're losing to all the 9s, all the pocket 2s, pocket 6s, I guess, which is possible. But I don't know. Maybe I should be calling this bet sometimes with my aces, because my aces are pretty disguised. I didn't raise pre-flop, so maybe that's a call. But my note on this guy at the time was that he was a nit. Speaking of him, he decides to check min raise the chip leader on the river. Interesting spot. This guy is so feisty, very aggressive. I'm guessing he's a good player. At the very least, he's a dangerous player. I wonder what 32 is tanking about. If he had trip queens, he might have just like snap called and min raise, given that it's a good price. Him tanking makes me feel like he has a really, really strong hand, or he got caught bluffing. But it was a pretty big bet, so I doubt it was a bluff. Oh, maybe it was a bluff. He's trying to steal. Once again, 15 chips up. Dude got some moves, man. No denying it. I don't like it. Don't like it, but he's a very solid player. I respect that. It's rare to see. It's rare for me to find aggressive players like that guy that plays these tournaments. Which is why I play them, because I feel like I have an edge over most of the field. I don't think I have a skill edge over 15 though. I feel like he's pulled some pretty insane moves. But that's alright. We can still play against him. We can still get lucky. Alright. What happened this hand? Looks like I have a pretty good starting hand. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great starting hand. Once again, I limp with my suited aces. Maybe I shouldn't do this all the time. Because I don't know, I feel like it's exploitable if I limp too often. But I don't feel like even though it's an exploitable play, I don't feel like people are punishing me enough for being exploitable, right? I mean, no one's. I don't think they've ever raised in a limp pot before. I think people are very content, excuse me, to see the flop. And if that's the case, your edges come in playing hands that are better than the average limper's range, right? And this is definitely better than the average limper's range. This guy raises. This guy shoves. And we're sitting here with a great hand, and I mean, what hands beat us? Ace, Deuce, King, King. Really the only one, right? That has any amount of equity over us. And this guy shoved for like 10 big blinds, so he could have it, but I doubt it. And we flat, trying to entice 15 to come along, and he doesn't fall for it. Now, what would I do if this guy shoved? I guess I just call it off, right? I mean, I have a really, 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 really strong hand, especially given that I limped, and my hand is very disguised. So he calls. We flop great with trip queens, or a set of queens, and a backdoor low draw. So we're just gonna shove it in here. And he calls us, and the turn's kind of scary, being a heart and all, but it worked out in the end because no one had any hearts. He had an open-ended straight draw, so I'm glad he missed. Blockers to the heart, but that doesn't matter. And we scooped the entire pot with just a set of queens. But once again, even in a limped pot, or that was a limped pot, I limped a very strong hand, which is better than the average limper's hand. So I think strategy-wise, this is set up by us limping good hands, good multi-way hands too, right? All right. This is on a 5-minute break. We're still doing pretty good. Third in chips, but we're really close with these three guys. Close to him too, I guess. 2 more get knocked out, and we're in the money. And it's a huge bubble, so I want to keep playing very, very, very solid poker. Very tight, and picking my spots well. I think that'll work out for us in the end. So we do pick up this huge pot here. All right, moving right along. Let's see. There, what happened at the end? Small blind, we get dealt suited ace and 12. Okay, well, that wasn't much. All right. This is a hand that there's some action in. We have our ace deuce. Okay, we're gonna raise this hand over this guy's limp, and our nemesis 15 decides to call our raise again. And I really did want to give this hand heads up against this guy because I have a really, really strong hand. I have high equity. I have really good low equity with my ace deuce and a suited ace. Interesting. So we flop 2 pair here, and he calls us. So I mean, he's telling us that he might have a draw, backdoor low draw, or something like that. The turn is a 3. In my head, I don't know. Right now, I feel like I should definitely barrel this turn because it doesn't really change much. It kind of like lets you have a backdoor low draw, but I'm not super worried about that because if you're sticking around with the low draw like this, I mean, you're going to lose most times. So I do bet 1.5k, which I think is a little bit too small, right? I mean, he's gonna. It just gives him the right price to call with all of his lows and all of his draws. So I think this is an exploitable bet by me, which allows him to call way too often. And the 5 comes in, and see, this is the problem with our turn bet. Our turn bet was so small that it allowed him to bet a smaller bluff sizing on the river, if this is a bluff, or if it's just a low, right? So in retrospect, I think betting bigger on the turn would have been the correct play. As played, I think I just gave it to him and folded because I did just have queen deuce, and I'm losing to a few other 2 pairs. I didn't want to call just half the pot. So yeah, that's that. Moving on. Yeah, that's a little leak that I can plug up, is that little turn bet there. So I mean, I could have invested like 2K more with the bet, and I think it would accomplish a little bit more. I mean, I would still fold if he donked out to us, given that exact river, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay to bet more there. So in retrospect, that's something that I could fix. Right. Seems like a good pot. So this is kind of a loosey-goosey. Oh no, okay, so I see why I limped it. It's a high only hand that does well multi-way with 2 suits. So we're gonna limp it, and it's especially good to limp stuff like this because we're not facing that much aggression. If it went like re-raise a lot pre-flop, or people were raising limpers, this would be okay to just like fold because it has only high equity. That's alright. We flop a flush draw and a backdoor straight draw, and now we have the flush with, that's it, straight flush actually, queen of diamond. And 15 obliges us by potting the turn. We check, he bets 3. So at this point, I'm thinking like the only thing that beats us, or there's two flushes that beat us, right? Queen of diamonds and the ace of diamonds. He bet about half the pot. So I don't think I should raise him here on the slim chance that he does have a hand like that. I think maybe if the river is another diamond, right, which makes it harder for him to have diamonds, I might just raise this for value. But I think I took the conservative route and just called, and he did have a worse flush than us. Would he have called a raise? Maybe. With that, maybe. And he might just call it because he's winning like every hand against us too. Alright, let's check his hand. Ace of deucey, limp, check. Alright, so we flop flush draw, and a low. The flop 2 for the low. We bet he calls, river, we bet he calls, mucks. So we win that hand with straight, I guess. Yeah, 2-5 for 6 straight. I wonder what he had. Maybe he just had trip aces with no low. Regardless, we win the pots, and we're up to 30K, which is really good. We're still 2 away from the money. Player 24 has 1,000 chips left, and he's sitting out. So it kind of feels like we're on the exact bubble, because he should get knocked out relatively soon. Can't win the tournament if you're not at the table. There's a good lesson for you guys. Just check fold in my big blind here. My small blind. Lots of folding. I haven't played a hand the entire orbit, I don't think. Which is okay. For my big blind, for my small blind. Alright, we're playing a hand in the real tournament here. Not a great hand, but it doesn't limp to us. We're gonna check it. So we have 10s and 6s. There's a flush out there. I'm drawing pretty thin if anyone has anything of value. I could go for a steal here, but like I said, 15 calls way too often. So I'm less incentivized to bluff in him, especially if he's in position. And that makes it even easier for us to fold, because we're not gonna call. I wonder if 15 calls this. He's pretty loose. He played a few hands that I thought were tight, but since then, I mean, he's been pretty loose with his calls post flop. He folds. That's right, buddy. Move right along. Goodbye, big blind. Oh boy. All right, we have a hand that we're probably gonna limp. If it raises, I guess we can just fold. But we're gonna play out of position versus 15 again, which kind of sucks. But let's do it. He hasn't raised too often. I don't think he'll start now. Oh wow, jinxed it. We have a good hand. It's marginal at best, but I think it's okay to call given that we have high equity and low equity to at least see a flop. Not the greatest flop for us. He could have a lot better low draws. He could have a lot better high hands. Beats are 5. Min bets. Hey, yeah, I mean, pretty exploitable fold here. But I mean, what are we gonna do? Like, find a heart and then check and then call like a pot-sized bet on the turn. So thinking straight ahead, I think we're just gonna fold to the min bet here. Given that this guy is a pretty solid player and that he's gonna continue his progression on later streets. And let's say like a like any low card that hits a turn, I don't have a great low with my ace-4. He could easily have ace-2, ace-3, given that he raised my in the big blind. And he hasn't done this very often. So I don't know if he's shifting gears, but it's something to watch out for. Once again, I'm going to respect his wishes and just fold to him. I'm going to fold his hand. Anyways, back to the reviewing. Similar spot. This time I'm in position to 15, which is cool. We have a two-way hand with not nut low draw, but pretty close to it, right? Alright, it goes check on the flop. Flopping a pair here. I guess my reasoning for checking the flop was I didn't want to play that big of a pot against this guy, given that he's pretty sticky. But I think it would have been right to bet here on the flop and have him call with, you know, a worse king, worse jack, random low draws, and a lot of his straight draws would call as well. Well, all of which are hands that we're beating. Okay. So once again, we're should I raise or fold this hand? I think I'm just gonna limp. I wonder if 15 starts raising us, like every time that we limp, we're gonna stop doing it. All right, 10s and 8s. Dare I steal? No, I mean not when the chip leader decides to put in a bet like that. Maybe this guy will like knock each other out. That'd be kind of fun. I doubt it though. I'll pull that one back up if something silly happens. Yeah. And then the 6 pairs board. Check, and he had a 6. Oh. Oh man, that's just like incredibly loose. Did I bet the turn? Go back for some clicks. Okay. So this is another spot that I think I could have played better. I definitely should have bet this flop, considering it's better for our range than his calling range. I mean, he has a lot of blows in there that might just like fold this one. And if he's calling like my bet on the turn with just a 6, he'll be calling it with a lot more as well. So I should definitely bet the flop there. Bet the flop there for value. Betting here with our open ender is fine, and then on the river we just got unlucky, which is okay, but whatever. I don't think he folds if we bet anyways, given that he has strip 6s and very disguised strip 6s as well. That's unfortunate, but I think I could have played that better by betting the flop, definitely. Alright, we're about to catch up to the live, which would be nice. I think I'll turn off the stream, barring something crazy happening. Kind of thirst as well. Probably should get some water. Lots of talking. Floating my big blind, my small blind. So we picked up a pot over here. Let's take a look at this one. Good hand. So there might be some merit in raising this hand to isolate it to just this guy, but I mean, fucking 15 just calls so off. It's hard for us to get away from it. These guys are playing a big pot over here, huge side pot. There's some wheel possibility in there. What houses? Hard to have a wheel because I folded one of the aces. I doubt these guys will cannibalize each other, or maybe I'm wrong. 15 is so active that I mean, I guess. Wow, another check raise. This is a much bigger check raise than we've done before. Fold, yeah. And this guy scoops it because other guy had a full house. Ugh, the survivor. Oh dear. Trouble hand. Yeah, I'm not gonna play scared. I'm gonna raise my aces here. Raise it and blaze it. And I really want to punish 15 for calling too often, so I think I'm gonna raise it to 3,000. I haven't done this very often, but this is such a premium hand that I just can't lose value by just limping it. Okay. And I don't mind picking up the pot with just aces there. We're kind of borrowing our flush possibilities. Also, I think 15 calls enough with worse hands that it will be valuable if he did call. And I don't see any reason in not just like min-raising and allowing him to get the pot with us, given our history. I would rather not to play against that guy. Alright, so into us. I want an ace and a 4 on the flop, please. None of that. I do have a straight draw. An open-ended straight draw. That might be good. Do I have to call a bet from this guy? I think so. I think so, given that we can turn an 8 or 4 or 6 or jack. And if this guy raises, I'm just going to be unhappy and fold. 9. Now I have a flush draw. Do I bet out? No, I don't think I rep much if I bet out. Checks it. Then the 4 comes in. So maybe I can get him off like a 10 or just like a pocket pair here. I do think we have to try to bet here. And something bigger, something like... So if I lose this pot, I'll have 15k left. Does he fold often enough? I don't know. I don't think he folds any 9s, but I think it's an okay spot to bluff. I really want to pick up the chips in this pot. It's really hard for him to just call with the 10. And we do have all the 9s that would check the turn. And if he raises us, we just... Alright! That is a good result. What a bluff! We had nothing! We had nothing! Now I'm going back into the shell and folding this guy. Folding and just letting 15 continue his reign of terror over me. Which is okay. Which is okay. It's the right play. I am third in chips. After that good play, I'm pretty sure I made him fold like something better than what I had. And that is how you bluff. Putnam in Omaha. Feels good, man. The guy calls. I don't think I should call this hand. Not much high equity. Alright, he limps. That's kind of cool. He can get himself stuck in a pickle against all the big stacks. He raises. This is so interesting. I want to keep reviewing the hand, but it's really fun watching this final table. Alright, so this guy has 2 times the pot left. So yeah, I mean, if we had called pre-flop, this would have been a very marred situation we would have put ourselves in with our ace-3. Oh man, he calls. This could be it. I mean, if he gets knocked out, 24 is going to leave, and that's going to be the bubble, which would be awesome. If he has ace-deuce, is he going to commit that part? Ace-deuce, okay, he folds. So these two are back at it again. 5 loss, like a third of his freaking stack. Wow. And then 15 just takes down the pot again. Oh, that guy's a fucking stud. That's a good result for us. Now he's on the chopping block as well. Pull here. Alright. Back to our review. We're gonna win, guys. We're gonna win. Alright, so I flopped great. With the nut low draw and a wheel draw. No spades, but that's okay. And what happened here? We didn't have the pot because we had 2 pair. Yeah. What's the turn? I guess it was a low. Whatever. It was a 5 and 9, so it's right there. Alright, moving right along. Aces. Once again, suited aces, we're gonna limp it. And if someone raises us, we re-raise and get it in with them. But that's not happened. Alright, I bet the flop because they made trip aces. I also turn a low. This guy checks to us, we're gonna bet, he calls again. Alright, and the 5 comes. Why did I check the 5? So we don't have the nut low, but I think we have like the second nut low, right? 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, all of those things are better lows than us. We're playing the 5, but it's a really good low. It's kind of a tight check back, but given that the flush hit and that we can't really scoop. Doesn't seem good. I don't know. If I had a better read on player 5, maybe I would have bet for value on the river. But I think we quarter him here. Yeah, he had ace 4. So we have the same low, and I have trip aces. He probably would have called the bet, and if he folded, would have won the whole pot. So, I don't know. It's a marginal spot that I could have bet there. Given that I have a 5 and an ace, it's hard for him to have like ace deuce. So maybe that should have incentivized me to value bet the river. But as played, I'm fine with picking up the majority of the pot there. Pull my small blind, pull my big blind. Alright, once again, I'm gonna play a single hand that orbit. Alright, so here's the hand we got involved in. Let's take a look. 15 again, dude. We've been battling against this guy, it's not working out. Oh, okay, so we got to this hand earlier. We're actually caught up with our live thing. Yeah, we just went that one. Alright, so we're gonna close this out. Alright, we're down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're down to the final 6, and top 5 is paid. The bubble is huge. So yeah, we are gonna. I guess I'll stream the rest of this, or maybe not. I don't know. If someone's watching, then I'll keep streaming. If not, I'll just take a break from streaming and worry about it later. Oh man, what a good hand. Okay, we want to see a flop with this hand. We have some high equity with the ace-jack and the suitedness, and he erases that big. Interesting. We have to call here. And we flop the low and the nut flush draw, which is good. Hopefully we can knock this guy out and get into the cash. And we make the ace high flush. So I'm going to put out a small bet here. Something like... might be too small. Just like 2,000. He might call us with just a low or just a flush. Given that I'm giving him really good odds, he should call with the majority of his hands. And if he folds, we take down a pretty sizable pot. I don't think betting on the flop would have been fine. It would allow him to continue with worse hands. Re-raising, maybe. But as played, I am happy with that result. We're extending our chip lead. We want our chip lead to be far, far over 5 and 26 to ensure that we cash. Okay. No one's watching, but that's cool. I just wanted to use to review my hands anyways. So, yeah, I'm going to end the stream here and pop it back up when I either bubble or win the damn tournament. Oh wait, look at this. Something fun is happening. Oh, never mind. Jeez. 15. Alright, we're gonna check out for now, and I'll stream again when to review the tournament, the rest of the tournament. Alright, we are going to cash this tournament. I'm gonna do my damnedest to cash this tournament. I have twice as many chips as number 5, and I have more chips than 26. We can do this. Here we go. Oh, he shoves. Cool. This might be the end of it. Oh, this guy re-shoves. Oh dear. Would 32 just call and scoop him? Oh my goodness, he has aces? I think he flopped. He has a straight now. No low. Oh, double knockout. 4 left. Alright, never mind. We're gonna keep streaming. Because we made it in the money. We made it in the money. Alright, let's check out the payouts now. Oh, what a result! Look at this. We have $63 locked up. That was like my second place from yesterday. Well, we are going to try to win this tournament, and I'm not folding this hand if we're going to try to win this tournament. Alright. Poor flop for us. But it should be a bad flop for him as well. So I might do like a check min raise. Okay. If he checks there, I'm definitely going to bet my ace here. Because he has all the ace deuces, which will make him 2 pair. But I have the low. And I just want to put some pressure on him. Basically saying like, sorry buddy, I am going to be fighting back in the 9. Shouldn't change much. We have a 45 low, which is pretty good. I'm going to bet something like 5,000. Should give us just enough room to get away if he raises us, but I doubt. And we win the pot! Let's go! Let's go. Alright. We're gonna stream it. That was the greatest result of all time. That double knockout, not only did we make the money, we also laddered up to $63. Locked in our bank, you guys. We can do this. Alright. Feeling good. I think I'm playing good. And we're going to try to win this whole thing. And I guess I'll put my face cam on. Woo! Alright, we've been up since 6 a.m. Because I played the $7 turbo, which we bubbled in. But given our result here, it's okay. We made it back. This guy pots it. We're going to fold. Not a great low draw. Not a great gut shot draw. That's okay. Alright, so if we can have 18 bust out, we will be awarded like 20 more bucks, which would be great. Alright, let's play against this guy. Our nemesis 15. You gonna race this again, buddy? Alright. This might be a spot where I go for glory and like limp raise him with kings. Now, we really set this up by playing a lot of pots against this guy and being very passive against him. He hasn't seen this very often, so I think he gives this a lot of respect. This is a pretty decent flop. We're going to have to go with it. I mean, if he flop like queen 7 or 9 or has queens, I just lose. Which I hope doesn't happen. He has kings as well. We have the ace. Kings and 10s. Chop it up. Oh man, we both have kings. Woo! Woo! That was scary. Okay, so we're going to note that that guy did not raise his big blind with shit. That was really serious. He had a good hand, and so did we. Let's see. Equity-wise, where were we? Jeez. I guess I'm glad a jack didn't come, because that would have made him a straight. And that was what I lost yesterday. Well, if a jack came, no, we would both have a straight. So I guess no one was free rolling. Oh no, if an ace came, I would have scooped it. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. If an ace hit, I would have scooped it. I think we were way ahead of this hand. So someone can someone plug that in the math machine? Or a 7? Yes, yes. No, 7 gives him a full house. So we didn't want a 7. And we were blocking the 7 full house draw. Okay. Woo! That was a spicy hand. I'm gonna plug that in the math machine. Oh wow, big pot. Oh, they chop it. Okay, that's okay. Ace 3, 10, 7. Do I fold this? I mean, these guys are going on a rampage. This is a very marginal hand, given that I don't have any high equity. Okay. I'm gonna plug that in the math machine. So I think I was ahead. I want to think that I was ahead. That was a scary board, though. Or, not really scary, but, you know, we were all in for our life, and I would have just been sad if you had queens, because I was wrong dead. But now he knows not to raise this, hopefully. I will note that he didn't even have a low draw, right? This guy is loosey-goosey. I wonder if it's the same guy that we played heads up yesterday. Kings again? Oh, get that shit out of here. Not good. I might even fold this. Yeah, I'm just gonna fold. No, it's kings. What am I gonna do? Kings out of position? No low draw? No, 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 no. I don't want any of that, please. Yeah. You just told me that a jack definitely would give us the nuts there in the king chop. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to plug in the math machine right now. I should be focused on this final table, I guess, but I'm so curious. I want to know. Pretty bad hand and a high-low. A lot of middling cards. I'm going to fold it. These guys have been cannibalizing each other often enough that I think one of them will make a big mistake and lose their entire stack. Alright. Ooh, wouldn't bought myself a troubling draw there. Alright. So I will have... Y'all know that I had this kid dominated pre-flop. Dominated. Look at that. 64%. And here's the flop. And I still have an edge, 54 versus 45, and it breaks out. We chop it. So that's all right. Ooh, 18's involved in this hand. We're rooting for anyone else but 18 because I would love to win another $20 without trying too hard. If I can fold and make $20, I'm gonna do that. Alright. Shout out to the two people watching, Daniel and Yuri. You guys are the best. Thanks for hanging around. Maybe I can win some money. That's a pretty good flop for us. Okay. Multi-way? I mean, can I get away with not betting? I don't know. Seems silly not to put out a bet, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Seems silly not to put out a bet. A lot of low draws can call. And if we take it on the pot, I'll take 10K. No contest. Give it to me. I don't think check-in's the right play there. There's a lot of bad turns, and I didn't want to just let those guys like pair the board and me make hard decisions later on. So I think betting them for value is a-okay. Taking down all the pots. This guy raise, no low draw. This guy behind is gonna call 100%, so I'm not playing this out of position. Or should I, given that I have a lot of high equity? I don't know. I'm gonna be kind of loosey-goosey. Hopefully this doesn't hurt us too much, and we miss. But that's okay. 32 should continue very often. He has all of the ace-x hands. When does it break? I need some water, but I don't want to leave my chair. Oh wow, 20K in the pot already. These guys are... Okay, cool. Alright, 32 is taking a lead. This guy's also very, very solid. I'm going to note him as red so I don't make any mistakes against him. He's been playing pretty aggressive. Oh, action card. Min bet again. What does that mean? I hope he calls so I can find out. Oh, buddy, let's find out what he's doing. Yeah. 132 call. Whatever. Another bad hand. I'm gonna fold it. Now, I'm only in for this tournament for $10. The initial buying was $5. And there's a 5,000 chip add-on. So initially, when I bought in for $5, it gave me 1,000 chips. Interesting flop here. I think we're gonna start with the check. Dare I? No backup draws? Just a king? Does he bet? Does he bet his jack? So if I call this, I'm gonna have to put out other bets on later streets. My king also. I mean, if he bet with the king, he's probably gonna win because there's a lot of better kickers. Yeah. Just take it. I don't want it. Hold on, I would just like check shove there. Yeah, anyway, so I bought it for $5. I got 1,000 chips. I bought them relatively late because the $7 turbo went pretty long. And then let me see. I think we hung around until we had like 500 chips left. Until the add-on period, which is like the end of late registration. Everyone can add on for $5 for 5,000 chips. So all of a sudden, your like initial stack size meant nothing, right? I mean, because you had 1,000 and now you have 5,000. So it was a dramatic chip up, and I think the blind started at like 250. So you had like 20 big blinds when earlier you had like 5 big blinds. So the structure is pretty cool in that you don't really get punished for registering super late. I'm gonna raise his hand. Yeah, it's a one-way hand, but I haven't really gotten out of line too often. That's a poor flop for us. But I would continue barreling with all of my ace deuces, so to balance that, I think I'm gonna bet this flop as well. Something like 4, 5, 6, 7. And I can get some better drawing hands to fold, and that is such a great fucking turn. We've made a straight, you guys, and the nut and not a nut flush draw, but a flush draw in case he has something that's better. I have the nuts right now, right? We're just gonna shove it in. Maybe he'll make him fold like ace deuce. Yeah, no spade. Oh, did he make a full house? Oh no. Ah! Golly, I hate when good players also run good. He had 3-7. 3-7 with the flush, nut flush, and had the nut low. Okay. Yikes. Man. Was that avoidable? No. I mean, our hands are so close in strength pre-flop that pre-flop couldn't have been a mistake. I think barreling the flop was fine because I'm repping the ace deuce. And he had just a better hand. I guess the only way I could have gotten away from that is if he had raised and I would have just given up. But when we turn the straight and the flush and all of the spades in our hand, we're blocking all the spades. We were guaranteed half the pot until the board paired in the river. Yikes. Huh. I don't know. I think that was a fine hand. I think it's a fine hand to raise pre-flop. It would have been okay to fold that hand too, given that I don't have very much high equity. But as it played out and I turned like the straight, I had to go with it at that point with the backup flush draw. Unfortunately, the board paired, because if it didn't pair, it would have chopped the pot up. He had the nut low, so he was never folding. But yeah, he just woke up with a better hand that time. I don't hate how we played it. I think we played it a-okay. And I like that we contested for it too, because we're so close to 18 that there was no waiting around for him to bust out, and I think that was a really, really good opportunity for us to scoop a pot. It was just unfortunate he had ace deuce and 2 pair, so the guy just had a really good hand. That's alright though. That's alright. We still get $63 for our efforts. which I think is like $1 less than my second place finish yesterday. Would have been cool if we won first place for 210. Oh, we were so close. All right. This is unfortunate. Wanted all of the greenbacks. But I think we played very reasonably. We got unlucky that he made the nuts on the river. I don't think I could have played any differently. I think I played great. Just sucks. So this week we've had 2 second place finishes, 1 fourth place finished. Like over $150 in cashes, which is cool. Yeah. All right, I guess I'm taking a break, and I don't know. I guess I can hop in the 10K, $1,000 guaranteed for $10. Whatever. Thanks for watching, you guys. Maybe next time. I like that the music stopped appropriately too. Oh man, and this guy might even go busto. Regardless, we're out of the tournament. We did our best. Thanks for watching. Better luck next time. Bye, guys.